What is going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope everyone is doing well on today. Today is Monday. I ain't gonna lie, today, I don't know, 'cause today kind of felt a little kooky. And when I say kooky, I mean like, I don't know, it just felt so weird and like just strange. Like it kind of like, when you wake up or you sleep for a long time, but you wake up and you feel even more tired than when you went to, before you went to sleep. Yeah, like today kind of felt like one of those days, and I don't know if it's the time change or what, but it is November 3rd, you guys. I think, you know what? Let me wait before I get the line, because that's how sleepy I am, y'all. That is how sleepy I am, because I'm literally like, I can't even remember what day it is. But I don't want to get too thrown off. I know I'm taking a second to get into the message. So, hello, hello, hello. Everybody come on in. Um, my name is Rayniecemitchell. Welcome to Rants with Ray. I have a message for you all today. And the message is it's about the good thing versus the God thing. And I think that this is going to be a really great message for us today, because I think that everybody will be able to actually relate to this message, and no matter what walk of life you're from, I feel like this is how a lot of God's people are either getting caught up, getting caught up in like delay, or just not being able to move forward. You know what I mean? So I pray that this message reaches who it's supposed to reach and help whoever it's supposed to help, because this is the part of the message that got cut off from the video that I did yesterday. All right. So, the good thing versus the God thing. I know whoever this is for, I know this is important, because literally I put this entire message in the last video, but I felt like it was such an important message. That's probably why it didn't actually download, so people will be able to catch it. It's like it needs to be its own message, basically. But okay, so I originally was listening to a video by Tiffany Buckner, and I believe the video was on either poverty or dealing with the spirit of poverty or the spirit of delay. And she was talking about how you can have a good thing, but the enemy will tempt you with something better, right? And a lot of times in this 3D realm, for us, the better thing that is being offered, that we're being tempted with, a lot of the times on the outside, it could look better than what God has blessed you with. And it's not to say that what God has blessed you with isn't, uh, you know, isn't all that. It's a good thing, right? But the enemy is going to always tempt you with something better. And the examples that she gave is, okay, imagine a man is married, right? And he has a wife, and all of a sudden he decides to go to the store or something, and ends up seeing a woman that looks better than his wife. She dresses better than his wife. She had better conversation than his wife. She had better chemistry than his wife. Better looks than his wife, right? So he decided to move forward and sleep with her, and found out, okay, she also got better sex than the wife. And then that's when he decided to leave the wife. And when he left the wife and started to date the better woman, or what he believed to be the better woman, he realized how she basically brought up two scenarios. How basically sometimes when we go for the better thing after God has already given us a good thing, how we won't even feel deserving of that better thing. We won't feel worthy of it. We won't feel like it. It's like, okay, imagine a fan. Imagine a superstar, and then the fan comes around a superstar, and then, okay, well, you know what? We could use Selena and the lady. I can't even think of her name right now. I don't know why. But y'all know what happened with the lady that unalived Selena. She was a fan. And then after she was a fan, she got became obsessed, got super close with Selena, ended up becoming her friend, and then ended up becoming jealous of her. It was like, first it was admiration, then it was jealousy, then it was hatred, and it moved her to kill her, right? Boom. So sometimes when you go for the better thing, it may be better in that moment or look better, but sometimes that if when you're not ready for the better, that's why God will wait to bless you with certain things, because when you're blessed prematurely and you haven't acquired the certain level of knowledge, experience, emotional stability, financial literacy, when you haven't received those things and you receive a big blessing prematurely, that blessing could destroy you. Literally, it could eat you alive. So, she was saying that that's how one way that the better thing could be looked at. And then another way that it can be looked at as, she was saying how, I almost lost my train of thought. She was saying how it could be looked at that way, where you could not feel worthy of the better thing, right? And then in another sense where you can get the better thing, right? Switch and get the better thing and see that you don't know how to handle it. So it's not even with this scenario, it's not that you don't necessarily feel worthy of it, but you don't even know where to start. You don't know what to do with this thing. So it's like, y'all, if you got a Honda and you're being offered a, let's say, a Rolls Royce, of course you're going to want the Rolls Royce. It's almost a given that you're going to want the Rolls Royce. But she also talked about how the you of today is so selfish. When you're in the midst of poverty, the you of today is so selfish because it will make decisions that will rob the future version of you. And I was like, wow, that is so powerful. So what I mean by that is, a lot of the times when we choose the better thing, it's because we're trying to satisfy the current version of us that is thriving in poverty or thriving in survival mode, you know? So it's like you really have to, really have to, you guys, take your time. Don't rush. Really practice delayed gratification, because that delayed gratification, practicing that could literally save your life and time. A lot of unnecessary wasted time. And I haven't been on here as much lately, honestly. It's been, life has been lifing, as I'm pretty sure it has for, everybody has their days, right? But, I think it's important to, even in the midst of you feeling away or things happening, make sure you're always giving time to God, pouring into yourself, and you're not just, sitting in the lower vibration of whatever you're feeling, right? So all this time while I haven't been on here, I've just been, studying, researching, and really trying to see why I'm at where I'm at. because I believe that whoever watches my videos, whoever subscribes to my page, I believe that, you are a part of my ministry, right? And when I say ministry, no, I don't have a church. No, I am not a preacher. But if you are a follower of Christ and you call yourself a Christian, we all are supposed to be like, because we are the church, right? So we're all supposed to, whatever our gift is, operate through our gift and inspire people to get closer to God and bring them to Christ. You know what I mean? That's, everybody isn't going to be a preacher. So I just want to make that clear. I ain't a preacher. I'm just being obedient to what God is telling me to do. But this is a form of my ministry, right? So I believe that if you guys are, feeling tied or connected to these videos, then you may deal with some of the things that I deal with or have dealt with, right? So yes, moving forward, okay, so I was dealing with someone today, and we're still on the whole the good thing versus the God thing, but I wanted to give the concept that Tiffany Buckner had gave in the video that I was watching, where she was saying that how God will give you a good thing and the enemy will always try to offer you something better, right? So another example of the good thing versus the God thing. So today I was, what's the word? Okay. Today I was dropping someone off, right? And I was dropping this individual off, and how can I say? I'm trying to tell the story without saying too much. Now you know what? Now that I be doing these YouTube videos, I can honestly say I understand why. Like now that I can see things from a different point of view, I understand why the preachers was calling, like family members may have felt offended because the preacher was calling out certain things. But it's so crazy. God, it is no limit to what God will use to bring revelation from. God will use a pen and bring you revelation. He will use anything to bring you revelation. And a lot of the times, he uses the people in our life and the situations that happens in our life. Okay? I don't even know why I felt the need to say that. So maybe somebody needed to hear that. Anyway, so I was giving someone a ride, and this person, okay, I think they have a good heart, right? But I feel like they move too fast, and they don't take the time to think about certain things before they do it, and they end up regretting it afterwards, right? So what I mean by that is, okay, I took this individual where they needed to go, and they asked me could they stop somewhere. Now I've taken this individual a plethora of times, but these not a plethora of times, but at least like maybe like 5 or 6 times I've taken them where they needed to go, right? And like every time they'll ask me can they stop somewhere extra other than where their designated destination was, right? Okay, so I'm like, okay, cool. Patterns. Let me pay attention to patterns because I've been learning. Pay attention to the patterns. When you pay attention to the patterns, you're going to be able to see what the enemy is doing in your life so fast, so quick, because the enemy really does work in patterns. But anyway, so she ended up asking me to go somewhere. And I was like, that's cool, but literally 5 minutes. If you're in there longer than 5 minutes, I will leave you. I'm not playing. I got stuff to do today, and normally I don't be caring, but I got stuff to do, and that's another thing. When you kind of when you let people get too comfortable too quick, I hate to say it, but people will take advantage. They will. They will. Like, and I don't even want to say every person, but I feel like when you're in the stage of transitioning from poverty to wealth, or switching mindsets, switching friend groups, switching environments, you you just can see things a lot more clearly. But anyway, let me stick to the story. So I told her like 5 minutes, and I had noticed because I was quiet during that whole car ride. For the most part, like I wasn't really talking like how I normally would. And I noticed she kept talking. Like the person kept talking. Like they kept trying to make conversation. Like, oh, you seem like you're not in the mood. I mean, it's not that I'm in a bad mood. I don't really feel like talking. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And pay attention to that, because when people try to get you to talk a lot as well, well, not even try to get you to talk a lot, but that too. But when they are talking so much and they seem like they can't sit in a moment of stillness and quietness, they're trying to hide something, or they're usually lying, or they up to something, right? Okay. That's just another side note that I wanted to tell y'all. But I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm tired. I gotta pay for this thing that I gotta pay for by 6 o'clock. So I really need you to be in and out, or I'm going to leave you. I'm tired. I already been working all day. It ain't that I'm in a bad mood. I'm just kind of ready to get done with my day. That's all. I am not your personal entertainment. So don't think I'm finna be like a clown entertaining you every time I give you a ride. Just because sometimes I can be entertaining. Right? Cool. So we fast forward. She was like, oh, you have to pay for it by 6. Well, you know what? Um, if they don't have this thing that I want in the store, I can, tomorrow I'll give you something. I had cut her off. Cause dang, I kind of should give y'all the backstory of before. Before I finish that story, I know I'm all over the place, y'all. Just keep up with me. Keep up with me, all right? So, pause. Before I tell y'all what happened, let me give y'all a backstory. Let me give y'all some insight on why everything is everything. Okay, so fast forward to the other times that I have taken her somewhere and she has asked me to go somewhere extra, she had offered to get me something to eat, right? Cool. And I don't know, I didn't feel when she offered me something to eat, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really feel, I don't know, like when somebody want to do something for you or not. I'm already not a person that is like good at receiving necessarily. Well, let me not say that. I'm learning to get better with receiving. But even still, I'm learning. But pray before you receive anything too, because people sometimes just be wanting to give you stuff because there's something on it. Or they want to give you something because they know they want to ask you for something later on down the line. It's like all these mind games, these psychological mind games that people are playing, hoping, praying that you're not aware, right? Okay, so the other time, the other, the last 2 times, that's what I'm about to tell you guys about. So I'm gonna tell you about the first time. The first time she offered to get me something to eat, I was like, no, I kind of really didn't feel comfortable with it, but I ain't gonna lie, I was so hungry. And I was like, you know what? She keeps insisting, forget it. I'm gonna do it. So I let her give me the plate, right? Cool. Y'all, she got me the food. The food had to be like $9 or $10. And she kept insisting, because I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to wait till da, 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 da. No, girl, you ain't eat. Let me be a blessing. Da, 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 da. Cool. Y'all, why I dropped this person off? And because I felt led in my spirit, wait to see if they're going to pay you. Like, I just want to see if I'm going to have to ask her for this money. Because what I felt in my spirit was she wasn't trying to necessarily be a blessing. She wanted me to feel, what's the word? She wanted me to be excited at the fact that she took the initiative to buy me something to eat when I was hungry, and then use that as hoping that I would be like, you know what, girl, don't even worry about it. Since you got me some food, don't worry about it. You ain't got to pay me. Like, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for them type of mind game. I know people. I done been I, baby, I done dealt with people for a long time. Okay, so good enough. She get out the car. I wait. I don't say nothing, and I pull off. And I pull off, and I wait at the stop sign. Now, the where I waited at, she couldn't see me no more, but I waited like I just wanted to see if she was gonna be like, "Hey, girl, I forgot to pay you," or send the payment. Never sent the payment, so I called her. I'm like, "Hey, girl, what you wanted to give me? You want to do Cash App, Apple Pay?" And she was like, "Oh, you know what? I forgot. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Just turn around because I don't give me a sec. I actually I don't have it on Cash App or Apple Pay, but if you turn back around really quick, I'm so sorry I forgot. I got it cash for you. And I was like, okay. And I just had to laugh to myself like, bruh, I think this is the type of behavior that makes people get annoyed with Christians. Cause it's like you think that you being slick, but you really not. You're trying to make it seem like you're a genuine person, like you're being cool and good. And not saying that like the person isn't genuine, like, but you know when somebody is operating out of manipulation. Period. When someone is operating out of manipulation, I have dealt with too many different situations to not know at this point in my life. And the lady was trying to be slick. She was trying to be slick. And when I seen that, God had told me, don't, like, he had told me literally, don't let her buy nothing for you no more. Like, don't do that. Because she didn't even, I could tell she was so angry once she had to pay me the $20. Like, she was really, really upset. Like, because she felt, it was like she thought that she was going to be able to, like, or that I was going to be like, oh no, to ride $10. No, that's why I asked your ass. Look, see, I'm about to cuss. That's why I asked you, and I am, because it's in the Bible. That's why I asked your black ass, are you sure? You got your own stuff going on? I got, like, that's why I asked her a million times. You sure? No, I just want to be able to. No, you didn't. You was trying to be slick and thought that I was going to do the same thing you did. No, I got stuff going on, baby. I ain't, like, I'm learning that, well, you know what? Before I even get into that. Well, no, I'm going to say, I'm learning that you can't just, okay, you have to make sure that you're being a blessing, right? You have to make sure that you are tithing and you are giving, because that is the only way that you're going to be able to receive. And not even just because of that, but just let me not get too deep. Okay. So, you always need to be giving, you know what I mean? But when you get to a certain level, not even when you get to a certain level, period, you want to go to God and let him lead you on who to bless, where to tithe, where to sow, where to plant. Because when you move too fast and you just sowing seeds and planting seeds everywhere, you don't know if you planting in bad soil. So you ain't even gonna reap the harvest. You ain't even gonna reap nothing because you planted that seed in bad soil. So make sure before, because okay, I'm gonna just say that and leave it at that and move on. So then, y'all, moving forward, she did the same thing again. And I don't know why I fell for it again. But she was like, you want anything? And I was like, you know what? No. I was like, it's just water. I don't care. It's just water. So I was like, you know what? She asked me because she stopped somewhere. I asked her, could she was like, do you want anything? I was like, nah. She was like, are you sure? I got you. I was like, you know what? You could just get water. And I could tell by the way her face looked, she was hoping that I would have said something that cost more than a water, because it was like she wanted to be able to, uh, be able to be like to get me to feel some type of way so I won't charge her for the ride. It was like this weird energy. Okay, so boom. Fast forward, fast forward. Um, what was I about to say? It was this weird. It was this weird energy. And oh, another thing I forgot to mention to you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having like brain farts and then God giving me messages at the same time. Okay. Um, what was I about to say? Okay, so each time that so after that time when I had to drive back to get the $20 from her, she was I could tell she was angry. And she wouldn't book, like she wouldn't ask me or book a ride with me like for days, probably like 2 or 3 days after that. It's like she would always need like a little break because I guess I didn't do what she wanted, what she wanted me to do. Okay, so boom, fast, and all of this is not being said out loud. This is being said subliminally. And you guys, you have to learn that subliminally, there are so many silent conversations going on. There is, when you're quiet and you shut up and listen and really pay attention, because I was a person that would talk, be making jokes, cracking jokes, making people laugh, and missing it. But the thing was, I never used to care about missing it because I always felt like I will I will beat you in here. I will hurt you in here. So I don't care what you got going on. You just better know, you better know how to fight. And the thing is, ooh, that's how I used to think, but it's so crazy. Tiffany Buckner said in a video that I was watching yesterday, she was like, you could be a fighter all day, but a good fighter is only going to win the battle, that one battle. But the smarter fighter, the more strategic fighter is going to win the war. And I had to really start making a decision of, do I want to keep winning these little battles and losing the war? The big war, the meaning, like when I say the war, that can mean, are you going to allow the enemy to control your mind? Are you going to allow are you going to use your free will, or are you going to allow the enemy to use your free will? Kind of sense, okay? All right, boom. So fast forward to today. She, of course, asked me because she goes somewhere. And that's when I told her, if you got 5 minutes, I can't be in here all day. I got to go and pay for something at such and such time. So she comes out. Everything is cool. Oh, but she asked me, did I want something? That's what I forgot to tell y'all. She was like, do you want anything out of the store? And I was like, no, I'm good, girl. I'm good. I was like, I'm going to listen this time. I don't want nothing from you. Don't get nothing for me. Just do what you got to do and come on. So, I told her no, I didn't want anything. And she was like, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to send you some money. I'm gonna send you some money, and I just want to be a blessing to you. I really, because if I had it right now, I would have. I said, you know what? Just hold that thought. I know you want to be a blessing, and I know you want to do a good deed, but I would like for you to pray first. I would really like for you to go and pray and ask God first if that's what He wants you to do. Because I get it. I understand, you want to be a blessing. You see me in a certain situation, or you just, being older, you just may want to be a blessing, right? But if you're not in a position to be a blessing and God isn't leading you to be a blessing, you need to be mindful of who and what you're blessing, because you're planting seeds and it's not really going anywhere. You're not reaping a harvest from it because you're planting seeds out of season, and when you do plant, you're planting them in the wrong soil. And I was telling her, like, I do understand that you want to do, you want to do a good thing and be a blessing, but make sure you're doing the God thing and not the good thing. Because even though you feel like you want to do a good thing, the good thing isn't all the good thing doesn't override the God thing. The good thing compared to the God thing is evil. Okay, so at this point it's like you got to really take it back to God and make sure he is leading you to bless me, so you don't bless me and then be walking around feeling some type of way because, or regretting the fact that you blessed me because you don't really have it like that to do so. I was looking at this video a long time ago. I want to say like maybe last year, Shantia Deja, she was holding her soul food classes and she was talking about how if she didn't have, like, if she was in a state of lack and didn't have what she needed and she was struggling, she, her favorite word was no. Or I don't even think she explained it like that. She was like, she just was in a season where she was saying no. If she didn't really have much, she wasn't giving to nobody homeless. No, unless God was leading her to specifically do so. There is certain moments in our life where there is a healthy selfishness that we should have, and I wouldn't even call it selfishness, but self-preservation. We all have to have a level of self-preservation in order to truly survive out here and thrive and be able to protect ourselves, because God is a God of boundaries, and God wants us to do things with wisdom. Okay, so just because it's a good thing does not mean that it's the God thing. Okay. So I don't know who needed to hear that. I really, really hope that y'all got so many just jewels out of this message, because I literally, I thought it was such a powerful message from me watching the Tiffany Buckner videos, from the revelation that God gave me. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I've literally only been watching Tiffany Buckner these past, just the time where I haven't been on, like the past days and weeks. And y'all, I have gotten so much information, revelation, and just getting set free from watching her videos, because she is dropping so many jewels that aren't being preached like that. Like, because she specializes in demonology, and y'all, she talks about the different spirits that a lot of individuals are dealing with, and not only what type of spirits they are, but how to break them, right? And I think that is just such a beautiful thing. And I love when someone spiritual can break something down in a logical way to where anybody could be able to understand, from a baby to an atheist to a fifth grader. Okay, so you guys definitely check her out. That is it for right now. I love y'all. I hope this has blessed you immensely, because it really blessed me. And yeah, I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.